Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Hanging Outside the Rooster Coop behind the scenes with Kery Knutson.
You got it.
She is the owner of YourHealthPath.com and she works with nutrition coaching and she's a well coach. So Kery, can you tell us a little bit about what you specialize in?
Sure. So I help people create transformations in their life around health and wellness with change talk. Coaching conversations is really what that means, and real food education. So these kind of tools can help people, do everything from lose weight, gain more energy. We're all kind of tapped out when it comes to energy these days.
Yeah.
So we're pulled in so many different directions.
Mm-hmm.
And so get better sleep and lose some anxiety and even, have their clothes fit a little bit better.
That sounds amazing. I know that everyone I know, including myself, definitely would love more energy, better sleep, less anxiety, feeling great about ourselves.
Yes.
So I think everyone needs a well coach.
Thanks.
So how did you
too.
get into this profession?
How did I get into this? Well, with a lot of people that you see now in health and wellness, especially when they're talking about real food and nutrition and things like that for wellness, it always usually goes back to either their own personal journey to become well again or a close family member's. And for me, it was no different. Because for me, it was my mom. It still is my mom. For 20 some years, I sat by watching her sort of suffer. And part of it, when I was younger, I was kind of outside of the loop, didn't really know what was really going on. And, as I got into my profession in marketing and communication, just life gets busy and you get really tapped for time to even help your family sometimes. And I saw that happening. And, she struggled with many, we call it like the layers of an onion. Because when one thing was uncovered, then there was another thing to uncover. And so we've learned a lot along the way. It's like a 20-year degree in this kind of stuff. And then I decided to get some certification trainings in it to enhance my knowledge and how to work with clients and things like that. So that's the Cliff Notes version of it.
Yeah, well, and I think what happens often is our bodies are incredible, right? They do so much on their own and they're very intricate, but we don't know a lot about them.
Right.
And we don't take very good care of them. I've heard that we take better care of our cars than we do ourselves.
Absolutely.
And I think to your point, you kind of have to uncover and understand what's really going on to be able to identify some of those things that we deal with.
Right. And things can be sort of hidden and suppressed, and it's not until you can sort of become more aware and have, get some quiet time, which is so rare these days, and sort of tap in and be able to listen or learn how to listen to your body again.
Yeah, definitely. And I know around this you teach a program where people get to come together, learn about nutrition support called Restart. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So the group program that I teach is called the Restart program. It's a 5-week nutrition education program that's part 3-week sugar detox in those 5 weeks. And so with that, you're getting the nutrition education, you're getting the sugar detox, and you're getting, of course, the group support of going through it with other people. So I think it's really valuable, and I've seen great transformations of people, what they get out of it. And I want to also offer this, what's to come soon is to offer this in the corporate space, because it could be easy, addition to a lunch and learn, weekly basis for 5 weeks for a company, and can help their staff tremendously with productivity.
Absolutely. And I think, especially in the corporate space, again, we all get so busy and wrapped up in what we're doing, and we forget to take care of ourselves, and our productivity goes down, our energy goes down, our ability to interact with each other gets harder.
I know people that when I worked in that area in corporate, in the corporate realm, that you're so busy in the computer and your neck and your shoulders is tight and you're not even getting up to take a bathroom break sometimes. You're on deadline or whatever, there's all this pressure, and so you're in meetings for an hour and a half, and it's important, especially if a company recognizes that. I think it was Richard Branson that says your customers are not first, your employees are.
Yep.
So if you take care of your employees, your customers will then be taken care of. So.
Yep, I absolutely believe that.
Yeah.
And one thing I believe in too, which I think is really cool about what you do, is being able to do a program like this in a group. So can you talk about the benefits of doing, a sugar detox and this nutritional program in a group?
Absolutely. So obviously you get a lot more out of going through it with other people. You can see this in a buddy system in a variety of ways. And even with Rooster too, you get more out of that. So, when you're doing a group sugar detox and you're sort of in the thick of it, you will do for others what you won't do for yourself. And I'm sure parents can relate to this, right?
Yeah.
You'll take care of your kids and you'll do other things for them that you won't do for yourself. But if you know you've made a commitment to that group, you're a lot more likely to have success.
I totally believe that.
Yeah.
It's like the accountability,
Totally.
you know, that you put it out to other people.
Right. You set your goal, you know, you're in it together. You know, I actually try to go through the Restart program with my students sometimes when I can, when I'm teaching it. And I was in the Restart program, and I decided that I was going to eliminate coffee. So I've never been a huge coffee drinker, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to eliminate coffee this Restart, and it's going to help me tremendously. So I did, and I literally had the experience of driving to work one day and passing each coffee shop going, I want to stop, I want to stop, I want to stop, I'm not going to do it. You know, I go to the next one, I know there's one over there now, you know, I want to stop there, I can stop, could I stop? I can stop right now, I can turn right now. I'm not going to do it because I told the group that I wasn't going to do it. So.
Oh man, all those coffee shops, they wanted you to stop, but
they're everywhere. Yeah, and
that's a good goal. I love that.
Sugar, you know, just a little bit about the sugar detox and the benefits of doing it. Another benefit is, you know, you've heard the phrase with relationships, if you love them enough, you'll let them go. Just think of sugar saying that to you. If you love me, you'll let me go.
That is awesome. Think about that with sugar.
Yeah, and it's not forever. You know, it's for giving your body a break. So
yeah, to restart.
Yeah, exactly.
So talk about, what are some of the benefits that you've seen your clients get through the program?
Okay, so tremendous benefits. I've mentioned a few already. And one woman stands out a lot because she said, you know, I thought I would do this program because I thought, you know, the group support of going through the detox together is what I was really looking for. And she's like, I've read up on healthy eating and healthy living for 15 years. I know a lot about that. She said, I got so much more out of it than I imagined I would. So that was really rewarding to hear, for one.
Yeah, I bet.
Another student told me that I used to feel like napping every time I ate. Every time I ate, I wanted to take a nap. And so after the program, she felt like that's not, you know, that's not my style anymore. That's gone away, that habit. I feel more energy. I'm more alive.
Wow.
So many things, you know.
That's so amazing. It's just that little thing of being more energized.
Yeah.
And I think we've all had that moment after lunch, usually.
Yeah.
Lunch coma, right? Where you've had a really
nap time.
Big, probably not that healthy lunch, and we feel like taking a nap.
Yeah, and there's real reasons for that. And, you know, a lot of people are drawn to Restart, as you can imagine, for weight loss reasons. You know, that's a pain point in our culture, of weight loss or sometimes weight gain. And I like to help people realize that a weight imbalance of any kind is a health imbalance. So if you're not addressing the health components to your weight goals, then there's something missing and it won't be sustainable.
Got it. Well, it sounds like an incredible program. And again, I think having a coach when you're doing something like this, again, we have coaches in a lot of areas of our life, but I think our health is so important. It literally is the foundation for everything else we're trying to do. If we don't have our health, we can't accomplish any of our other goals.
I couldn't agree more, yeah.
You know, it's important to have a coach. Kery's amazing. So
Thank
you so much. And find out more, we'll post her links.
Yeah.
Bye.
Nice meeting y'all.
So, Kery, why did you decide to work for yourself?
Well, I kind of got to a point in my life where I thought, if not now, when? You know, if not now, taking this risk, when? I sort of have entrepreneurs in my family more than not, I would say. More people are than are not. And so, you know, I thought I was going to go the safe route and get a job and go to college, which I did for a while, and had a great value and good experience there. But, you know, it was kind of like, if not now, when? I had to jump.
Yeah,
so
exactly. I think that's what you have to do no matter when it is.
Yeah.
When you decide to start your own business, is like, it always is a little uncomfortable, so you kind of, as you said, just have to jump.
Yeah, so I decided to do that a year and a half or two ago. And, you know, it's a challenge, but it's an exciting challenge.
Yeah, definitely. And what are some of the challenges you have come up against?
I think the biggest challenge so far has probably been just, you know, overestimating my own skills and abilities and experience, and underestimating the amount of time that it takes to start something from scratch.
Yeah.
You know, I had a lot of great career experiences, and I thought, I can do this, you know, and kind of took for granted that how much it helps to have colleagues and you know, pushing you and helping you grow and things like that. So finding Rooster has been amazing. Working with coaches myself has been amazing and very necessary. So the less you delay that, the better off, I think.
Definitely. I think one of the things that we forget, and we go through school and then we have college and then maybe a corporate life, and sometimes we don't realize all the structures that are in place.
Yes.
And things that are in place that help us thrive.
Right.
That then when you go on your own, you don't have.
Mm-hmm.
And we think, well, I've been able to do this and I've, been successful in this. I know how to do that. But it's different when you're in an environment that doesn't necessarily have the support.
It is different. And I heard that and I thought that I'm a disciplined person. I can build structure and you have the best of intentions, and sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. So yeah, building that support around you where there's other people involved is really important, and one of the biggest lessons I've learned so far.
Definitely. And I think, we all kind of experience that moment of saying, hey, I think it would be helpful to reach out to other people, to lean in, to see who else can do things well or has done something before, and we start listening a little bit differently.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what are some of the biggest lessons you've learned? Like, what have you been able to accomplish and see, like, oh, I've been able to do that?
Yeah, let's see. One of the biggest lessons I've learned, I think kind of maybe goes back to a little bit of the same thing, but asking, even if you don't know where the conversation might end up, asking other people, telling them, sharing what you're doing, because there might be something outside of your awareness that you could create together, and if you don't have the conversation because you just eliminate the possibility, then you're going to miss out on an opportunity. So ask, share, be open about it, go all in. All that stuff is important, and I think I've learned that and continue to learn it.
We all do. It's a practice. I think no matter what, we learn the practice of getting out there, sharing about what we're doing. I think that's such a big message, just to share.
Totally.
You never know who might be interested, who might have a good connection, who maybe has experienced something similar. I think we often have these kind of blinders on of these are the people I need to be talking with and working with, when really it's the more people you share with, so much more opportunity opens up.
Yeah, and something else I've learned, just kind of pick up on that, is if you go out on with an intention and you have this parameter of what you think it might be, to be open enough, flexible enough to allow that to shift and move a little bit and change. It's like Tony Robbins said something like, stay committed enough but stay flexible, something like that. There was a quote about, stay committed to your goals but flexible enough.
Where the path changes.
Yeah,
the goal doesn't necessarily change, but maybe the way you get there changes.
Yes,
awesome.
Important.
So what advice would you have for someone else who either, is just starting a business or is thinking about starting a business that you've learned?
Advice to give others.
You've given a lot of tips.
Yeah, so advice to give others, I guess I would say that, to get involved with other groups. I mean, maybe this is redundant or whatever, but I think that even talking with you guys, and getting deeper connected and having those longer lasting relationships that can really help move you forward. And there's this idea that we have to be networking and they have to be all about everywhere, and people question that a lot. I have conversations with people all the time about, gosh, do I really have to go to that other thing now and this thing and that thing, and
does maybe take time.
Yeah. So maybe and the time involved. That's a great point. As far as planting seeds, you plant a lot of seeds in order to harvest anything. Yeah. So you got to get out there and start planting, start throwing them.
Throwing our seeds around.
No, but maybe not haphazardly. But I guess just having patience and continue to move forward, push forward. No, don't give up. And I often say, coaching conversations come to me for a reason, and I have these conversations by design because my words often come back to me. This advice or tips and things that I share often come right back to me and say, oh yeah, I have to remember that for myself too.
Yep, absolutely. I see that too. So often, sometimes just being there and helping other people.
Yeah.
Is a great way
I think,
to
just
learn.
Kind of trying to push the ego aside. You're in a field, you're expected to be an expert, whatever field that is, whether it's health and wellness or it's, you're the photographer or whatever you are doing, you're a business person, and then you sort of think well, I can't ask for help in that because I'm supposed to be the expert.
Right.
When in fact, the more open you are, and we're all learning, we're all continuing to learn constantly. We're never done. Yeah. So I think that's important.
Yeah. One other thing, I would love for you to touch on, because you mentioned it before, and I think so many people that work for themselves deal with this, and it creates a lot of self-doubt, is the amount of time that it takes to get a business running. And you may have an incredible idea and it is definitely going to work out, but it takes a lot of time, and sometimes you just have to remind yourself to keep going.
Yes. I mean, I think I've referenced it before in other conversations as far as that book, Start With Why. And in coaching we talk about that too, is get to your deeper why. You know, why are you doing that? Remember your why. Why did you start? Why is it important? And then it starts to become not about you anymore. You forget about your, you know, that you're doing this, you know, it's your business and, you know, your income or whatever. That can be a land of self-doubt, you know?
Definitely.
But then when you start to think like, I've learned so much, I have so much to share, I have so much to offer. If I didn't do it, I would be, you know, other people would lose out.
Yeah.
If I didn't share what I've learned, then others would lose out. So then it's not about you as much anymore. It's about helping other people. And then I think it helps you get back to your why.
Definitely. I love that.
Yeah.
Stay focused on your why, the impact it has on other people. And
yes.
Get you through those hard times.
I agree.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much
Absolutely.
for joining
Double
us.
high five. Woo!